Alright, welcome back. I sat there and did a full video talking to myself without hitting the record button. Anyways, so I just want to do a quick one on this. So the flaps, leading edge slats are done. I guess these would be flaps because, I don't know. Flaps, slats, whatever. Both are done now, and I want to show you guys this. So I always try to give the best mechanical advantage I can. I always try to keep especially on a jet, man, you need very little throw most of the time. So the smaller you can go on your servo allows you to get more throw on the servo for less control. But it keeps your torque up, it keeps your resolution up, it just makes it's better for the servo. It's the proper way to do things, in my opinion, versus running like a 3D arm where you've really got mechanical advantage going the other way. So everything affecting that surface is multiplying the torque towards your servo versus the other way around. So I was just playing around because I use the servo driver to do all these things and set them up. I just threw my little amp meter in line here just to kind of show you guys. So that's pretty much operating amps right there. So with it just on and sitting there, no load on it, that's what it's going to have. So 2 amps. So that's what it is when it's full up position. And because it's got all the torque against the shaft in like it's not an arm, it's right in line, so it takes all the load off the servo. It doesn't move when I grab the leading edge flap and try to move it. So that's up. So using very little juice when it's up. Now I'll go to about half flaps or leading edge flap here. So you kind of watch. So there's about landing, 0.1 amps. And if I go full throw the other way, now this is full throw, and I'm getting just a little bit more than I actually need. I'm sitting at like 0.6 of an amp, so just over half an amp. And then if I put a little pressure like it would when you're flying, that drops down to like 0.1, 0.2 amps. So that's well within what I consider, a good kind of setup. And again, this is 6 volts. So you put this at 7 volts to the servo, it's going to have more torque. So your amps will probably drop a little bit. But I just wanted to show you guys that. That's kind of how I do things logically, with everything I do. I try to set it up properly, kind of go old school with things, Is it the right answer? I don't know, maybe, probably. But anything you can do to make your servo easier is a good thing, especially with these big, massive jets that you have now. Now that the large model stuff's changed, it's more common to see, 75, 85 pound, jets, and then you got jets going up to 100, 100 now, and they're running these same type of servos. So the more you can do to help the servo is always a good thing. But anyways, I just want to show you guys that. Next thing I'm going to do is put the flap servos in. They kind of, let me unplug this since I'm not using it. I don't want to pull it off the table. Yeah, so you rotate it over here. So the flap servo, it's hard to see, but there is an actual bulkhead right here. And the servo is going to go right in here. And it sucks because you have to screw the servos in from the top. And I can usually only get the back 2 and maybe one of these. There's always one here I can't get, so unless you put a bolt or a blind nut, it makes it really hard. Even kind of trimming this out a little bit. So I usually get 2 of the 3, or 3 of the 4, sorry. And then I always try to get that 4th one, but it never seems to work out. But the flaps are definitely one that you need as much mechanical advantage on the servo as possible, because it's not a very tall arm. It's low to the pivot point. And the servo is, the servo arm is actually up here. So I always try to cross it and do it down here, so it gives it more of a mechanical advantage, because the flaps are big. It's a big heavy jet, so you kind of need all you can get. So when it comes to those rule of thumbs, I try to use them here more so than something like an aileron that only moves 15 millimeters. So. But I'm going to get to these. It's probably, it's getting close to take a break time because I actually have to run to the auto store when my wife gets home. I got to get a bolt that I sheared off while I was replacing some brake pads. So I'll probably get to these tonight, and I'll do another video at that point, and that'll probably finish up the wings, and then I'll move on to the fuselage servos. So you guys take it easy. Let me know what you think about what my logic is. If I'm stupid, I'm lost my damn mind, I'm crazy, let me know. Have a good one.